Hello, Vinyl community. How you doing? It's Bill with the Vinylverse. Happy New Year to everyone. New Year, new vinyl tag. That's what this video is going to be. I'm jumping on board and doing the vinyl tag 2023. Always enjoy doing these, and I definitely enjoy watching these. I've watched a handful so far. Usually I try to stay away from watching them, but I've actually watched a few so far, which has been pretty enjoyable. And once I upload my vinyl tag response, I'll go and try to catch as many as I can because it's a lot of fun. 20 questions that we all try to answer. Not really questions, prompts. Show this, show that. This year, once again, started by Rob Walker, Let the Music Play. Great VC member channel. Rob, he's been around for a handful of years now. Thank you, Rob, for putting the questions out there, getting the ball rolling. It looks like it's been a good response so far. It's not an easy thing to come up with 20 questions that are kind of all-inclusive and generic, so everyone can kind of participate. So thanks, Rob, for taking that on and doing it. Saw Dan over at Dots and Loops also has a vinyl tag contest where he has 101 questions to answer. You don't have to answer all 101, but if you do, you get your name in the hat 10 times, which is kind of cool. So I may try to jump on that as well in a video or two. But yeah, Vinyl Tag 2023. Vinyl Tag is a great way to jump into making videos if you've never done it before. This will be my 5th vinyl tag, I believe. I started in 2018. So before I jump into the vinyl tag questions, I just want to give a quick shout out to a channel that I think you should all go check out. Rick and Records. Rick has he's had several channels over the past several years. He's done it for a little while, then gone away and come back. I remember one of his channels' name was Pastor Remaster. But Rick has been back the past, I don't know, 5-6 months maybe. He's putting up a video every day. Obviously you don't have to catch them all, but it's cool guy. Very taste. He's got, he's into metal, he's into, you name it, jazz. He's got quite a collection. He's all over the place with his collection, but it's great. And Rick is a good guy, and I suggest you all go check him out. I'll leave the link below. So let's get to this vinyl tag. 20 questions, and I'll try to get through it as fast as I can. There's a lot to show. Here. So thank you once again, Rob, for getting this tag out there, and here we go. Number 1, favorite new release of 2022. So hands down, my favorite release of 2022 is Marillion, An Hour Before It's Dark. It's been a long time since an album has clicked with me like this album has. I just can't get enough of this album, and actually Marillion in general. 2022 was kind of my resurgence of Marillion, so I just they were my band of 2022. But An Hour Before It's Dark came out in March, I believe. Wonderful album, and it's my favorite album of the year. Number 2 prompt is last band or solo artist you saw live. I actually have a video playing in the background of them. It's not the concert. This is from 1980, I believe. But I saw my favorite band last year, 2021. It was December 2nd in Philadelphia. It was Genesis and their last Domino tour. This is a box set that they put out prior to the North American concerts, and just had to get it. It's kind of a compilation of Genesis's career. It was very special because it was their final time touring, and no way I was going to miss it. And my buddy Tim, High Noon's Vinyl, flew up with his family and went to the concert with me along with my oldest brother, and we had a great time and got to spend the day with Tim and go record digging and then go to the concert. It was just awesome. Very emotional night for sure. But that's the last band I saw was Genesis. Whoops. Sorry about that. Okay. Number 3 is their first album was the best. This is what came to my mind when I saw this question. The Cars, their debut album, The Cars. I argue it's their best. It's amazing. It's basically a greatest hits album. Good Times Roll, My Best Friend's Girl, Just What I Needed, Just Moving in Stereo. It's Bye Bye Love, just great. The Cars debut album. Yeah. That's number 3. Number 4 is Hat Trick. Show vinyl record, a CD, a cassette of an album. So something you have 3 copies on in various formats. So I thought I still had some cassettes laying around, but I had ditched my cassettes years ago. Kind of disappointed in that now. I do have a whole bunch of bootleg cassettes that I've collected over the years, many years ago. But I did was able to come up with something, and it's kind of unique. So I don't think anyone will be showing this. But here is Peter Gabriel, his album Us. This is the CD, obviously. Of course, I have it on vinyl. Love this album. But along with this Us album that came out in 1992, is that right? Yeah, 1992. Shortly thereafter, what year did this come out? Yeah, a couple years after that. Kind of to go along with Us, he put out this, Explora, Peter Gabriel's Secret World. So this is basically like a computer CD-ROM with a whole bunch of exploration stuff you can do around Peter Gabriel's Secret World, and it's all tied into the Us album. So here is the contents. There's a little booklet here also for Real World Studios. It's a catalog, I think. Yeah. And then so it's hard to show this. So this was very cool for its time. Very breaking new ground. I mean, 1994, the internet was really just getting going. Postcard. And Peter Gabriel was on the forefront of doing computer stuff. So that's going to be my answer to that one. The hat trick. I thought that was kind of unique. All right. Next prompt here. Number 5 is album that starts and ends with the same letter. So I'm sure there's tons of them, but the first one, literally the first one that jumped into my head was Renaissance and their album Scheherazade and Other Stories. So beginning with S and ending with S. Great album. Renaissance's fifth or sixth album, I can't remember. But really great. Wonderful stuff. Okay, number 6. Born in the Same Year as You. So, I looked it up and I found that Dolores O'Riordan from the Cranberries She is just shy a couple months older than me, but we were both born in 1971. This is their Cranberries CD single for Zombie. I was going through Cranberries stuff that I have. It's all CD. I don't have anything on vinyl. And tried to figure out what to show, but I came across this single and thought that was a good one. So that's Dolores right there. A couple of the other Cranberries members were also born in 1971. All right, number 7. So most listened to album in 2022. I've already shown it. Marillion, An Hour Before It's Dark. It doesn't even compete. This was way listened more to than any other album in my collection, and digitally as well. I have Apple Music, and so I stream music during work, and Marillion and An Hour Before It's Dark. Most listened to album and artist, which is the next prompt here. Most listened to artist in 2022, again, is Marillion. So here's just something else to show. This is their first album from 1983, Script for a Jester's Tear. So yeah, I love Marillion, and they were my most listened to artist in 2022. Number 9 is an Australian artist or band. Okay, so mixing up the formats here, I thought I'd show a 7-inch single, and here is Olivia Newton-John and the single Twists of Fate from the soundtrack of Two of a Kind, a movie she did with John Travolta. So yeah, Olivia Newton-John, Australian. Sadly, we lost her in 2022. But she is Australian. Okay. Moving on here. Number 10, surprising purchase of 2022. Okay. So this is surprising because I don't know if a lot of people know, but I'm also a bit of a movie buff. I love watching movies, and I just love movies. So don't really get to go to the movies much anymore, or don't really have much time to watch movies, but it's something that I do love. And this year I picked up this soundtrack from Waxwork Records. This is the soundtrack from the movie The Eyes of My Mother. This is kind of a very disturbing, twisted movie, but the music from Ariel Low is very moody and ambient, and I really liked it. Definitely suited the film. The film is in black and white. It's probably considered a horror movie, but it's more a psychological, but very disturbing, very twisted, like I said. So this is a surprising pickup because kind of a bit different type of soundtrack that I would normally pick up, but very good. Okay, number 11, an artist / band you're complete on. So an artist, a band, you have the complete discography. Gentle Giant. So I have all of their studio albums, and they're playing the full live album. So one of my favorite bands, Gentle Giant. This is worth pulling out and showing. This is their debut album. The great artwork. And then This is on Vertigo. It's a Vertigo swirl, which is kind of cool. So yeah, I have Gentle Giant's entire discography on vinyl. So that is that answer. Let's see. Number 12, a great run of 3 albums. This is what immediately came to mind. And another one of my favorite bands, Creedence Clearwater Revival. 1969, they put out 3 records, and they are all really great albums. What a run here. 1969, Bayou Country. 1969, Green River. And again, from 1969, Willie and the Poor Boys. So all great. Green River is probably my favorite of the bunch. But yeah, love Creedence. All right. Number 13, 80s soundtrack. I have quite a few soundtracks from the 80s. But here's one that I did pick up in 2022. It's the reissue of Blade Runner by Vangelis. This is a really good pressing of it. So very, very happy with it. So yeah, Blade Runner, great movie, great science fiction movie. Wonderful music by Vangelis. And this ties into the next question, or next prompt, which is number 14. We lost them in 2022. So Vangelis sadly passed away in 2022. Here's his album Earth. So Vangelis, just wonderful composer, artist, musician. Sadly passed away. But since I showed him with Blade Runner, I figured I'd show another sad passing, Klaus Schulze, a great wizard of electronics and, one of the pioneers in the krautrock movement. So sadly, Klaus Schulze passed away also. Number 15, disappointing purchase in 2022. Okay, this is Jewel's latest album. This is Free Will and Woman, and this is disappointing on a couple accounts. The first being is I don't love this album. It's got some really good, pretty special moments on it, but it's really a soul album, and she does a pretty good job of it. But some of it just doesn't click with me. Yeah. So Jewel, she's really her first 4 albums for me are all great, and that's really what I go to when I listen to her anymore. Although her release prior to this, Picking Up the Pieces, was pretty good. It was kind of a return to her first album, Pieces of You. But this just doesn't really do it 100% for me. The other disappointing thing is this, pre-ordered this in February. It was supposed to come out, I don't know, April, May time frame, and the vinyl didn't come out until November. I got it late November. And I stopped myself from listening to the album until I actually had the physical copy. So, yeah. So, waited for it and was kind of disappointed. All right, number 16, a non-vinyl purchase. Okay, so here is the Blu-ray and DVD package of the documentary that came out a few months ago, or a couple months ago, of King Crimson at 50 in the Court of the Crimson King. Really, really wonderful. I wish I was able to have seen this on the big screen, but yeah, it's great. Really well done by Toby Aines. Um, but if you are a fan of King Crimson and if you haven't seen this yet, um, it's available, and it's I think it's worth picking up. So a non-vinyl purchase here. Really, really great. Okay, next one is number 17, and You Found a Grail. Yes, I did. This is an album that I had been looking for years. It was it was pretty much my number one want for at least 2-3 years. So this past year I was able to come across a very excellent copy. And it is Guru Guru's Kangaroo. Love this album. So Guru Guru, the German kind of experimental prog kraut rock band. Really, really great. Love this album. So that was a grail, and it's finally in my collection. Okay, number 18. Show a space-themed album sleeve or song. This is by the band Peru and their album Machu Picchu, or Machu Picchu. Great synth sequencer, synth music. Really kind of experimental, really good. This was a gift last year or the year, 2021, I think. Carm over at Gorvo 31, he gifted me this album along with a bunch of other albums, which was very generous of him. But this one, definitely a space theme, kind of with what looks to be the Starship Enterprise. But yeah, space themed. There you go. Okay, number 19. We're almost there. Show some VCLT or a present. So, I was lucky or blessed to receive VCLT this year on a number of occasions, and my friend Jacob over in Denmark from the channel New Sounds and Old, he surprised me with the VCL package back in like May timeframe, I think. And he gave me the first 3 albums by Bremer McCoy. Which are, it's an amazing gift. But not only that, each one of them he had signed to Bill, and then he had them signed. He met them at a show, bought the albums, had them signed, and then sent them to me. That's pretty amazing. There's the signature there. So, Jacob, if you're watching, thank you once again. I was definitely touched by this VCLT. The music's great too. So it's basically a piano, keyboard / bass, upright bass duo, which is unique and wonderful and really great stuff. And we've made it to question number 20. Show an album released in 1973, so 50 years ago. We're in 2023 now. 50 years ago was 1973. This was a 2022 find, which is why I'm showing it. And it is Frippin' No Pussyfooting. So, really awesome to find this year, or this past year. Came out in 1973. So, Vinyl Tag 2023 in the books. I encourage everyone or anyone who's never tried doing this and you're kind of on the fence, I encourage you to go ahead and do it. It's an easy way to start making videos. So if you're ever on the fence of thinking about doing it, I think you should just jump in and answer these 20 questions and go for it. And once again, thank you to Rob over at his channel, Rob Walker Let the Music Play, for coming up with these questions and putting it out there. Very much appreciated. I'll put a link down below to Rob's original video, so check that out. And I think he has a playlist of the Vinyl Tags videos that he's come across. So that's a place to go and catch up with all the different Vinyl Tag videos. So everyone, I appreciate you watching. Always fun to do the Vinyl Tag. So Happy New Year to everybody. I hope everyone has a healthy and safe and happy and great new year, 2023, and let's make it a good one, all right? So thank you for watching, and I will talk to you all again soon. Take care now. Bye.